Alright, so what are you going to need? You need FM8, and I'm also have a couple other plugins that I'm going to use. I'll bring those right here. This is Camel Audio. Go to camelaudio.com and click on Camel Crusher. Camel Crusher is a great plugin, distortion, compression, that sort of thing. And then there's also extrarecords.com/freeware. I didn't even know this existed because I don't think there's a link on its homepage. And grab the dimension expander effect, which is basically the dimension expander from Massive. If you ever used Massive, it artificially creates stereo width by using delays on the different channels, I think. Alright, so let's get right to it then, right? Yeah, so I've just got basic Ableton project here. I've deleted everything out of it because I'm going to create everything from scratch for you. This is just some drums that I'm going to play, possibly, and FM8 itself. Now, I figure might as well just go ahead and insert my plugins right away, so I don't have to bother with that later. So I already know I'm going to be using Camel Crusher. And I'm just going to set it to British Clean. All it's going to do, and actually let's turn off the filter. That's all it's going to do is, you know, give it some warmth. And I'll be using the dimension expander, which is right here. And I'll just set that at a very small size and turn up the dry wet quite a bit. Of course, on off has to be turned on, and then I'll just get rid of those for now. In fact, I'll actually just turn them off for now that I've got them all set up, and then I'll turn them back on as we need. Alright, so here's FM8. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to refer to what I have here. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is create a really quick MIDI clip, I should say, to kind of trigger this thing so that we have sound as we're designing our sound. Go to expert. I'll start off in expert mode, and what I'll do first is I'll set up my basic FM8 starting point. So in order to do that, I'm going to send F to X, X to Z, and Z to the output, all in 100%. Which that's, turn this down a little bit. It's kind of Z is the filter, X is the shaper, and then F is the main operator that you're going to actually be hearing. Alright, so I have also E set up. Just make sure I'm using the right patch to start here. So, and then I have D, modulating E. So I got to turn on E by right-clicking, and then D. So that's basically more or less just one oscillator one operator modulating another, modulating another, modulating another, and to the filter to the shaper. It's really, really most simple configuration you can have. I'm also going to set up the filter right now because the default settings are not what I was using. Just turn this all the way down, turn the resonance down, turn that all the way down, turn the mix all the way to the left, parallel serial all the way to the left, this one all the way to the right, this one like there. And these settings are not. You had this all the way up. So you can actually hear what we're doing again. Shaper, I just had, it was more or less the default settings, except, what did I have? Cut off all the way down on here, and level was tweaked a little bit. The gain was put down. So this is just very, very slight warming of the sound. Alright, so really what we need to do now is, really quickly, I'm going to jump over to the operators page, and we're going to set up pretty much what exactly our oscillators are going to sound like. So we've got the triangle wave in this one and the square wave in this one. It took me a while to find this combination, but I think it works really well. So far I only have D, E, F, so I'm just going to worry about D, E, F for now. I also have them set up in different ratios, so I did 3. These controls are actually kind of annoying, so maybe I'll just type it in. 3.0. And then I left these, it's just the offset. And then this one I had 14.77. So this one I had 0.5. Now you might be saying, why did you choose these values? Well, this is the part where you have to just kind of play with it for a while. Now, since this is a pretty simple configuration right here, but you can actually get much more complex from here. So another thing that I did to start making this more interesting right off the bat was start playing with the envelopes. So I did a slight filter envelope on this one. It's like E has an envelope. So now you can start to hear really what that modulation sounds like. I'm going to actually bring this down a little bit too. And I'm going to do a slight one on D as well. And then, I mean, you don't really need it on Z, actually. I decided I really didn't use filter automation in this project, and I don't intend to. Alright, so we already have like a kind of a Dr. P-ish, 4-man-ish sound, and you can actually stop here if you wanted to, and I'm not going to do that, but let me turn this up more. Loud in my headphone. Alright, yeah, that might be a problem. So here we go. Let's see what it sounds like with these effects. Already you pretty much have your standard, you know, Dr. P type of sound right there. Next thing we want to do is obviously, you know, that's great, but it's just one sound. How are we going to be able to use this to get more interesting sounds? And basically from here you can just start playing with all these other operators and modulating them in different ways. So in the one I did yesterday, we'll modulate D a little bit, add a little more grit, a little more harmonics right there. We've also got F going straight over here, give it some more boost. D, we've got so F is going up. What's E doing? E's actually going all over the place. E's going right here. E's going up here, and I haven't even turned this one on yet, but we're going to use all the operators in this project. B goes back to X. Y, I don't know. We're going to look at that right now. Go to operators. The only thing I've really got going on with these is, well, B is at 0.5. It's at -5, 0.4. Alright. I really want to get to the fun stuff, so I want to move on from here. Basically, this sounds cool and everything, but once again, I'm talking about much more modulation, much more variation than this. So really what you want to do is go ahead and save your patch at this point. I'm just going to save, I hope this is the right folder to save this into, because I haven't used FM8 on this computer yet. It's a YOI browser. Point is, you're going to have to save things into a folder that is accessible from your browser, which in my case this is not. Try that. There it is. Alright, so here's your thing, and you might even want to create a separate folder for each set of sounds that you create. Let's stop that for a minute so I can just talk. Alright, so let's do effects real quick before I move on to all that. I'm using a shelving EQ to boost the bass to really bring out those subs, which we may filter out later on, but I always just throw them in, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of band rejecting on these frequencies to kind of tame the harshness. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you really liked it, please subscribe, and I'll be putting out more videos like this very soon. I also have a remix coming out very soon. I'm remixing Electrica. The name of the song is Pussycat, and I'm going to play a little bit of that for you in a minute. Please check out NUKAGE.net for more tutorials, downloads, and you can find some patches there for FM8. Make sure to check out part 2 of this series, where I'll be going in and making some extreme changes to the sounds and actually creating the sounds that were in the original clip that I played at the beginning of this video.